So before we talk about skills, talent, stats, I really want to talk about the University of Houston basketball team, right? This team reminds me so much of the last summer of my AAU, back in 2010, 2011, right? And we were just nothing but dogs, right? We all bought into the system. We knew our roles and we were just relentless, on both sides of the floor, right? And I love watching this team play because they had that mindset, that dog mentality that I love to talk about, right? Because all that stuff matters when you get to that next level. Okay. Every year, I hear people talking about Houston and like, what are they going to do? I truly think this is their year to make a much bigger noise than what they've been doing, but I think they have a good opportunity to win the Natty. Okay. So I want to go through some clips, and this is, something that I also want to do going forward. Just breaking down some film, talking about things on the court, what I see as far as just like your mental performance, and we can break different actions down, whatever it may be, right? But this is something that I think is going to be very tangible because at the end of the day, you have to watch film. Okay, first and foremost, you got to watch film on yourself. You need to understand what you are doing on the court from a different lens, and this is just part of being a student of the game. This is how you develop your basketball IQ. You need to be watching your opponent. Okay, that's just the prep work that goes with the game, and then you can start watching some of these higher leagues. The higher level players, right? NBA is fine, but I really want you to focus on players who don't play at that highest level because it's just going to give you different perspective, right? Some of the best players in the world, they do. It's a lot of iso ball, and they have some great moves and all that. But I think you can really learn if you look at mid-major schools or lower major schools. Even the Euro League, right? The Euro League is nothing but just solid fundamental basketball. Okay, so once you start understanding, the way different types of players play, you can really dial in into your own personal game. Okay, if you are able to guard the best player on the team, whether you score or not, you're going to bring extreme value. Okay, if you sprint back in transition every possession, if you rebound outside of your position, if you stay locked in, even when your shot is falling, you're going to play some really good basketball. Okay, and that mentality is going to travel, through the season, through your district or conference games. And once you get to playoffs or March Madness, it's gonna be awesome, right? At that next level, the college, pro, it does not matter. Okay. Your talent is going to get you in the door, but your mentality will decide if you stay on the floor. And that's what I tell players all the time, right? If you don't have that dog approach to defense, effort, and details, your talent will eventually get exposed. Okay, so let's get into it, right? University of Houston. One of my favorite players to watch right now is my boy Kingston Flemings from San Antonio, Texas, 210. I used to live there. I worked there for a little bit. I'm from Austin, so it's right down the road. He plays with a good friend of mine's son, or played, I should say, who's a phenomenal football and basketball player. But man, this kid is fun to watch, right? Like he's a freshman. The 15 points a game, 3 rebounds, 5 assists, shooting 51% from the field. Okay. Another player that I really like on this team is Chris Sinek, another freshman, 6'11", from New Orleans, right? The great thing about this player, and one thing that we talk about as you get to that next level, what are you doing to bring value? And one thing, that is clear in today's game is you have to be able to shoot and score the basketball all over the floor. He's able to knock down some really big shots. And you'll see as we start this clip, right, what he does to get that momentum going. All right, so let's get into it, right? And what you're going to see is Houston going straight into their set. Okay, they're going to start getting that momentum going, getting the ball into different players' hands. But I'm more than positive this set is specifically to get Sinek the ball. And what he's going to do is he's going to knock down a very big three to start the game, right? He's 6'11". That's how you start the game off, and that's how you bring value. Kingston is just extremely athletic. So as a point guard in the game of basketball, you have to have remarkable basketball IQ, okay? You need to be aware of where you are on the floor, right? So where my man is here, he's dribbling into a trap, okay? We didn't see the play develop here, but like he's in a very bad spot, okay? So the one thing about University of Houston is their defense is just crazy good. They know how to disrupt passes, getting in those passing angles, and that's what they do. They do this all game, right? And you'll notice that I think University of Houston scored 30 plus points just straight off of turnovers. Okay. So they're very disruptive. They have active hands everywhere, and you'll see that in this play. And that's exactly what happens. And they give it to my boy Kingston Flemings for a super athletic dunk. That's crazy.
And the shot clock already inside of 10 seconds.
Look, it's just great defense. Great defense. Making them shoot a tough shot. That was a great miss. That was a great make, though. Great make. Oh, we're looking sloppy right there. But you got to stay composed. Swing the ball. Stay composed. Find the open man. That's how you play basketball. That's how you play great basketball.
Sharp trying to go
nice.
Baseline.
Another one. So that's the second three in just 4 minutes of gameplay. Love it. All right, so this is a great play right here, or a great transition offense. Okay, so first we're gonna talk about some poor decisions on the ASU team, and it's hard to stop this with the type of defense that they're playing against, right? But you have to know this, right? As a guard, you got to understand that it's going to be extremely tough for you just to get the ball over into the paint, right? In any day, right? Like, this is an okay pass, but again, Houston is known for being super disruptive on the defensive end, right? Their hands are everywhere, okay? So what he's going to do is try and lob the ball in front of the rim to get it to his man right here. But Kingston Fleming, who is extremely athletic, not as tall or as big as this dude, but he makes it a hard pass. Okay. And so now what we're gonna talk about is just transition offense. Okay. And so here's a key thing that I try and teach younger players is filling your lanes, right? Transition is the best time to go get a bucket. Okay. So as long as you fill the appropriate lanes and you give an opportunity for the ball handler to make a play. So what we see here is 21 Sharp right here. He's filling the far right lane, which is perfect. Okay, you have Kingston bringing the ball up on the left side. One thing about this is, as a ball handler, someone who's bringing the ball up the floor, especially on a fast break, you need to split the floor. So what that means is, I want to see Kingston get from here to here, right? This is where he needs to be in order to really make a good play, right? And as the play develops, as the possession develops, you're gonna see. But he can't do that without these two, giving him space. So what he does, right, he's a little behind. Who is this right here? I think this is Tugler. He's a little behind Tugler. He notices that they're clogged up in the middle. So he's going to sag off a little bit to let Ugler run his lane. And what that does, it gives Kingston the opportunity to split the floor and apply pressure on these two. So these two have to make a decision on who they're guarding, right? So let's let the play run a little bit. And what you'll see is just by simply him allowing Ugler to run his lane, and then once that happens, Kingston is able to split the floor, applies pressure on these two, it draws attention for an easy dump off, easy basket in transition.
Vanderbilt yesterday. Vandy will be in action as well, taking on Arkansas.
I'll just turn that over. But good composure, good composure, right? Good composure, playing with good pace. Even though he almost turned the ball over, but you can't freak out in moments like that. And that's just letting the game come to you, right? Great defense. This is great defense.
Flemings gets the block on one end.
Ready to reset, attack, mismatch, easy pull-up. I'm telling you, man, this kid is about to be a lottery draft pick. Top 5, at the least. Uh-oh. Wide open. Boom. Good hands. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. And it's good, a three-pointer. Dude, so this is a great thing about Houston's defense is they are active. They are super active, right? So you're gonna see my man try to post homie up, right? He's trying to post him up, take advantage of that size, but we see the mismatch, right? So we got help defense coming, long active arms, right? and everybody on the back end, they're active, right? You got this is a Kingston. This is I think you got Uzan right back here, right? We have two people out of place, right? They should be, this guy number 2 should relocate down here. All right. He's fine right there, but I think they're a little too bunched up, so they're making it easy on Houston defense right now. So tries to make a terrible pass, cross court pass, right? They deflect it, and you have Kingston here ready. He's active. He's not afraid of anything. Kingston's a dog. He's gonna go get it. And then we're going on a fast break transition. Easy. Easy, easy, easy.
Likes hard coaching, great teammate.
Got a high ball screen, roll, great pace. All right, so let's check this out. Another thing that Houston likes to do is they like to use these high ball screens, okay? And what this does, it gives the opportunity for the ball handler to use the screen and go downhill, right? Downhill, you have all that space to work with. But what Kingston does amazing, right, is he recognizes that he's beating his defender, so he puts his defender on his back while recognizing that Tugler, he's kind of clouding up that lane, right? So he's going to give time for Tugler to get downhill. Tugler now recognizes the amount of space that Kingston has simply by just putting his defender on his back. So what Tugler does is seal off his defender, right? And that just, it's a wide open lane to the basket. My man right here, he could have helped, but at the end of the day, it's going to leave him wide open. It's just great, smart basketball. Great pace.
As he gets to the basket there for another.
Texas Tech with a big win last night over BYU.
Again, here comes a high ball screen. Go downhill, get to the rim. Too easy. That's too easy, man. It's too easy.
To get anywhere he wants on the field. You'd say the one negative for Houston, Dave, is that they only have one offensive rebound. The problem is they've only missed 3 shots. So we really
one offensive rebound. What?
Can't criticize that much.
Great shot. Good hit. You need that. Down 15 points, 25 points.
The background of these players, but their parents were coaches.
Ooh, that's a great backdoor. Great backdoor.
Teams, as you mentioned, they want to be coaches.
Just make it easy. Just make it easy on them.
That's why there was no whistle. Bobby Hurley thought there should have been an offensive foul on Sharp. 3-pointer from Grinovich is good, and Arizona State has knocked down 3 3-pointers. Knock away by Truitt and a turnover.
That's how you fill your lanes. You got to run your lanes. Make it easy. Make it easy.
That really hurts.
Check out this blob. That's just a simple blob right there. Simple, simple, simple. You got to run. You got to execute. You know, run the play. Let it develop. Ooh, that was tough. That was great footwork, and he's strong.
Great job of lifting,
taking advantage of number 4. Yep.
Leaves their feet. It's easy to get into the body and be able to finish. A 5 20-point game.
Not a lot of top 10 programs have guys like that.
Look at that. They're pests. They are pests.
Tip in after the miss by Truitt.
You know, so often Houston does high wedge, and that means coming over and pushing the defensive player underneath the glass.
There you go. High ball screen.
Off the bounce,
easy 3. So as a defender, like you have to stunt. You have to stunt, especially when dealing with high ball screens like this, right? So you have to force the offense to make a decision, right? So you know your man is going to go set the screen. So you need to stop number 7 from getting downhill, right? Stop number 7 from getting downhill. This man needs to fight over the screen. He needs to fight like his life depends on it, right? Because Houston's going to score. This is what they do very well. And if you don't fight over that screen, it's going to make it very hard for my man to stop the play. But even still, you can't leave this much space. You can't leave this much space, okay? I know, you know, you got Tugler coming down, right? But you have to put a hand up. You have to decrease the amount of space. That's a wide open 3, okay? So just poor defense, really. But again, Houston is very good at running these high ball screens.
Not turn it over and meet their physicality.
Tough 3.
Out of the timeout is good by 4.
Sampson to have to rely on young players, this many young players in his rotation.
Active hands everywhere. That's what I'm talking about. Easy transition ball right there.
9 assists on 16.
High ball screens going downhill. Great skip, great extra.
McCarty hits a three, but that started with the play made by Kingston Flemings.
Tell you, man, Kingston's a dog.
When they make shots,
it sucks that he's not gonna be at U of H for long, but man,
it is really
good finish, good finish.
Why do you think that is that not enough people are talking about them?
Well, I think when they took their loss to Tennessee, you know, there's other teams that had elevated
sketchy
up.
pass, good finish though. Good touch. Sinat's got some good touch, man.
Uzan, who's 2 of 2 from threes.
High ball screen. Oh, here it comes. Go downhill.
What a split. As Flemings went for the dunk, he was met in midair. That looked like that was going to be a highlight on the offensive end. Then
yeah, that would have been scary. Yo, Kingston is an animal, man. Man, if he would have put this down, good Lord have mercy. God, hey. Kingston going top 4, number 4 draft pick. That's my guess. Good shot. God, man. Good dribble handoff. Nice extra. This is good basketball. Nice.
It's a huge problem. That's a problem too.
In the first half that they've scored this season, there's still 2 minutes to go.
Ooh, that's too easy. That's too easy.
Indiana has been rolling.
Tough
It was
shot.
a special year, but
Good board.
they are a little undersized up front against that
Wide
Miami
open.
line. That is
Bow.
three-pointer from Sharp. 6 players at 8+ points for Houston, and Sanak had the most with 12.
Oh, what a great execution.
He was right. That's how you started. That's how you start the half. So I think where a lot of teams mess up is, you know, you have this big lead going into the second half, right? And so I think most teams tend to relax. But what U of H does so well here is they carry that momentum into the second half. They run a very simple set, Like it's not rocket science here, but the way they run this to make sure that they capitalize on this first possession, you have to carry over that momentum, right? You should not let up.
And Tugler missed the easy one right at the rim, but an offensive rebound.
Bang, bang.
And Sharp drills the three.
Bang, bang.
Foul at this point allow Arizona State to get freebies at the line with the clock stop.
Just watch.
Even if they give up the 59 points in this game,
Ooh, that's tough shot. See, Sanak. Sanak has 4 offensive rebounds, 4 defensive rebounds, 5 assists, 18 points. Yeah, that Sanak is tough too. Flemings dropped 20, 4 and 8, 4 steals.
he lets it fly. And finally, gets his first basket in college basketball, but more so this year, in part because you got a Houston team that's got a player like Flemings.
That's just tough, man.
Because they've always had veterans.
That's just tough.
Productive, and look, he leads the team in points, rebounds, assists, and steals for the Duke Blue Devils. But to your point,
I hope you call Bank. Bank is open.
38 points, 9 assists, 1 turnover in that game. You know, guys that weren't expected to necessarily be one and done, likely to be one and done this year, and that just continues to improve this.
And that was about 7.
ASU just couldn't do nothing. They couldn't do nothing this game.
Ribovic into the chest of the defender and then goes up and banks it
Good
home.
finish. Good finish.
They would be the only 2 teams left in conference play unbeaten. Nice
Beautiful.
pass by Sanak.
Beautiful.
Sacco in the Uzan leaves it for
Easy.
Flemings.
Man, it must be nice to have another near 7-footer on the team.
And cleaning it up is Sanak.
Another great season on the Bayou.
Job has a nice pass. You
Tough,
see the skill
tough,
on
tough.
display there, the spin and the find, and McCabe with the layup.
Turnovers, that's one thing Coach will be upset about, but his job, I mean, you watch him just drive in, spin off the defensive player, see the double team.
Shot clock inside of 10, and it's turnover.
That pass.
It's a rare possession where Houston, late in the shot clock,
Good
turns
finish.
it over. Great hanging finish by Big Johnson.
That's tough.
Nice handle. Flemings driving, hangs and scores. Plus
It's too good.
How about the split?
It's too good.
Gets right on through the paint and then extends
That's
out.
how you use your body. He's fearless.
Working out with Alan Bishop, the strength and conditioning coach for the Cougars. Meaning he was working you out. I'm not sure you were working out with him.
It's not even exciting
And
no more
he's
for
such a
them.
big part of this program here at Houston.
Man, throw that oop.
Kelvin Sampson is
Throw that oop.
to what and waking up at 5 a.m. to go work out with him 25
Look
miles
at,
away. I'm telling
he's
you,
making it hard for him down there. Great. That's a tough pass. That's a tough pass.
Performance staff across all their sports here at the University of Houston.
They haven't turned him over as much. Arizona
Yeah.
State's been better at limiting their turnovers. And then they've applied pressure
Nice.
on the rim out in the open floor.
Got to capitalize on those transition points. That's the only way ASU can ever come back, but we know what happened. Good shot.
Three. It's down to 17.
They had the comfortable lead, but the turnovers, now the starters are back out on the floor. They need to
Good.
ramp this thing back up.
And Uzan comes through with a big corner three. Good hands by the freshman, Chris Sinak. We talked a lot about Kingston Flemings, but the other freshman for Houston, Sinak, has had a good night.
Extras. Nice. Sinak has very good footwork. He's super smart with the ball. Downhill, here we go. It's too easy. Yeah, make that.
It's just going to keep getting better because these freshmen are going to keep getting more and more comfortable and have better understanding of what Kelvin Sampson wants of them.
Nice, that's tough. I like that. Here we go, downhill. What we gonna do? Pull up.
They won the Big 12 tournament last year. Pull-up is good from Flemings. He's got lead back to 22. McCabe, another mid-range
tough shot.
jumper. That one's no good.
Who is that?
Now Houston can breathe a little bit.
Alan
Lead
McCabe.
back to 22. Make
Good
it
pass, boy. Ah.
Flemings. The throw good.
Bro, look, I mean, Kingston Flemings is just a dog on the offensive end. Once he gets going, like, as a player, like, if you are going off, right, you're going to attract so much defense. You're going to attract so much attention. At that point, you just have to start facilitating. Let the game come to you, and that's what Kingston does here, right? He recognizes they're going to pressure him, right? They try to stunt him, but that leaves Tugler wide open.
Flemings drive and kick. Uzan will pull it out. Uzan penetrates and hits the hang.
The shooter. They have also, by the way, have more managers, I think, than any program in the history of college basketball.
I think it's a manager per player. February 21st. That game will be on ABC, by the way. That is the one matchup.
That's tough.
This year.
That's tough. Yeah, Mercy Miller.
Whose dad is Percy Miller, also known as Master P, although I wonder how many of our listeners actually.
Oh, shoot, that is his son, right?
It just shows you the trust and faith he has in Coach Kelvin Sampson, trying to bring out the best in him. And
okay.
really score the basketball. I saw
Okay, Mercy. No limit soldier. Yeah, this game is Kingston Flemings is a dog. Can't do nothing about it.